Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at AnonymousRealityT. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So let's get into this Diddy sentence, y'all. Or lack thereof. And the audacity, you guys, for Diddy to have scheduled allegedly speaking engagements next week, talking about it wasn't a speaking engagement, it was conversations about life and peace and ABUSC against women. No. And discussions about DRUGS. No. You have lost your bleeping mind. It is the audacity. But what this sentence has shown me, you guys, is all you have to be is a billionaire. All you have to be is a billionaire, you guys. And money talks and BS walks, you guys. Because make it make sense about this sentence. Let's talk about it. So this is from People, but this is everywhere. This is everywhere. All the publications are on it. Sean Diddy Combs sentenced to 4 years in prison for prostitution-related convictions. Sean Diddy Combs was convicted in July for 2 prostitution-related charges. Then it says as well what you need to know prior to the sentencing. Diddy Combs described his behavior as disgusting, shameful, and sick. He was convicted in July, and the prosecutors had asked if he could serve 11 years. So he was sentenced to 50 months in prison after being convicted on 2 prostitution-related charges back in July. Since he will get credit for time served, he will be in prison for 36 months. I'm here to tell you, I don't see him doing 3 years either. Like this whole thing is a joke. It is an absolute joke. Or 3 years. The judge also sentenced Combs to 5 years of supervised release and imposed a $500,000 fine against him, the maximum fine allowable. When Judge Arun Subramanian sentenced him, Combs had his head lowered with his shoulders hunched and his hands clasped. Prior to being sentenced, Combs apologized to his former girlfriends, friends, and families, calling his behavior disgusting, shameful, and sick. He said that his children deserve better and that he failed his mother as a son. Subramanian said in a lengthy sentence was necessary to send a message, thank you, to ABUSCRS and victims alike, that exploitation and violence against women is met with real accountability. The judge discussed Combs' so-called freak-offs, the choreographed sex parties he orchestrated, and rejected the characterization of them as, quote, intimate consensual experiences or just a sex, drugs, and rock and roll story. Earlier in the sentencing proceedings, Assistant U.S. Attorney Kristen Slavic told the judge that Combs' respects for the law is just lip service. Slavic said that Combs, 55, had booked speaking engagements already, you guys, as early as next week because this fool, this Diddy, he thought he was walking out today. It's the arrogance for me. It is the audacity for me. It is the narcissism for me. You had speak engagements already on deck next week. You thought you were up out of here. You thought that this was over. This was all a phase. You were done. So no. Anticipating a possible, he wasn't anticipating possible, he was anticipating an actual release. That is the height of hubris, Your Honor, Slavic said. Even now at sentencing for his conviction for 2 federal crimes, he doesn't fully grapple with how his actions got him here. Combs was convicted in July for transportation to engage in prostitution charges, but was acquitted of the more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Prosecutors have it's Friday, y'all, have asked Subramanian to sentence him to 11 years, claiming a sentencing memorandum that he is unrepentant about his actions. The defense has asked that Combs receive a sentence with no more than 14 months. And you know why they did that? Because it would have been time served. Because he's already been in jail for like 13 months. So they're like, listen, look here. We'll do 14 months. We'll say time served because I think you have to do 85% of your federal time. So it's time served. We did enough. We did a little bit over a year. You know, for all of the decades of ABUSE, SEX parties, DRUGS, all of that, we knocked it all out in the year. No. During today's sentencing, Combs' defense attorneys played a 12-minute long video that showed Diddy giving motivational talks to children and participating in a marathon to raise funds for education. Combs has been behind bars since his arrest in September 2024, became emotional during the montage. You guys, here's the thing. You know, it's just this whole thing is unfortunate that the one Jane Doe that was supposed to be a part of the case, you know what happened with that, right? Obviously, some other things have taken place to where Jane Doe was not there to also be a part of the stronger case that the prosecution had, right? And then I guess depending on who you want to speak with, did they accurately, really prove the RICO charges, right? That Diddy got acquitted of. But also prior to the sentencing, there's more lawsuits coming. There's more victims coming. There's civil suits that are going to be coming. So whether Diddy was going to be released today or not, this is not over in terms of the victims that are going to continue to go forward in civil suits and everything else, you guys. And I saw some of those letters, you guys. Like Young Miami, like some of these people that were going hard in the paint and saying, oh, no, y'all got it all wrong about Diddy. Y'all got it all wrong about him. He really is a good guy. He really is that dude. No. What? Are the kids going to have to start going to work? Are they going to start having to get some jobs, start doing some music, start doing some acting gigs or whatever else? Like where's this going to go with his money? Because I'm sure a lot of his money is hemmed up with legal fees, with all types of other stuff, right? So where's everything going? And all the payouts to these victims and all of this and all of that. So what are the kids going to do that was relying on daddy to come out and they were going to party in Miami? Like what was the game plan here? What was the game plan? And remember the one son doing those push-ups outside of the courtroom only because of an acquittal of the RICO charges. Make it make sense! But nonetheless, we'll see what happens. Do y'all think that 45 and 47 is going to pardon Diddy? Do you think after 45 and 47 has officially confirmed that Project 25 is already in motion, that he's now going to piss off the Maccabees and decide to pardon Diddy? No. But it's interesting, Diddy's sentence in relation to some of these other celebrities. But they're not billionaires, right? They're not billionaires. Because I saw comments about R. Kelly's sentence. But R. Kelly, that allegedly involved children. That allegedly involved minors, right? And the Tory Lanez, that is still involving a pow-pow situation. However, yeah. I cannot with all of this. I cannot. Moral of the story, violence against women is not being taken seriously. And isn't this DV Awareness Month? It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but isn't it also DV Awareness Month as well? Like, what are we doing? What message are we sending? That you can be a billionaire and barely get 4 years in jail for decades of all types of foolishness. Some of the SEX acts and things that were taking place that was being described was absolutely disturbing. And then Cassie's husband, you guys, Alex, he had reposted something that he had posted, I believe it was back in 2024. He reposted it in his stories today about a letter to women and children, basically saying men who hit women are not men. Men who enable it and protect those people aren't men. As a man, violence against women shouldn't be inevitable. Check your brothers, your friends, and your family. Our daughters, sisters, mothers, and wives should feel protected and loved. Hold the women in your life with the utmost regard. Men who hurt women hate women. To all the survivors, find men and women who help and love. To all the survivors, your stories are real and people believe you. To all the survivors, you're not alone, and there are men and women who care only for your well-being and safety. We want you to succeed and flourish. To all the women and children, I'm sorry you live in a world where you're not protected and you don't feel equal. I want to raise my daughters in a world where they are safe and loved. To the ABUSERS, you're done. You're not safe anymore. You're not protected anymore. The men by your side are just as weak. You're so miserable with yourself and that belief that it would be considered a kindness. So that was that. And then stop the violence against women is what he reposted in his stories after it was announced about Diddy's sentence. So there's that. That's it. That's all. Es finito, es final, es todos, es the end of the road. It is the end of the line for this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post a content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.